Hey guys, Chris. As I promised, we're scrapping out the Nvidia 8800 GT 512 megabyte card. Yeah, she's an oldie. Like I said yesterday, this thing's had a hard life. It's got artifacts in it, which means there's lines going down the screen due to the processor being damaged. So, let's see what we gotta do. This big chunk right here of the heat, it's called a heat pipe. And how this works is in each one of these tubes you see right here goes down to the base where the processor is. And that heats up, and in here there's very, very thin little hairs of wire that goes all the way up through here. And then they fill it with either sodium or there's a couple other metals, a couple other fluids they use. And then under a vacuum they seal it, and as it heats up, it turns to a vapor, and the fins cool the vapor, turns back to a liquid, flows back down the processor, and it keeps going and going. And it has a big chunk of aluminum, fan, a bunch of precious metals like, you got gold pins right here. This is just plain old nickel coated steel. And on the back here you got all kinds of little chips containing different precious metals, gold, platinum, silver, stuff like that. That's all very good, fine gold plating, which we're going to recover all that at a later date. We got to take all the screen stuff off because there could be more gold linings there. And then there's stuff like these sockets. They got little gold pins in them. That one there, that's got some gold pins if I remember. That or copper. And now we just need the little screwdriver. Putting my handy little roll off here. It's not a real roll off, but hey, it does the job. Yeah, I know, it's time for a new screwdriver. These are also spring-loaded screws, so. And by the way, if I actually cared about this product, if I was doing this to repair it, I wouldn't be taking them out like this. I would have just broke this one loose a little bit. And then would have jumped up here, and then I would have actually went and looked up. There's a certain order you should screw them down in. But because you want to tighten down evenly. If you just do them one at a time, you can't do it that way. Everything has to be set at a particular torque. Which you can do it by feel if you know what you're feeling for. Just make sure you do it nice and evenly. That's how everybody does it in the industry. It's not really the correct way, but that's the way it's done, even in factories. screws. Back in the day, man, this thing was a beast of a card. This was the card to have. My buddy had two of them in his computer. This was like, wasn't the top of the line one, but it was like second down. Cause this was the a special version. This was an overclock version, so you can go in and change settings, make it run faster than it was intended to. This one last one. And then we get to see the good stuff. Okay, there's something more holding. Okay, it looks like there's two screws. One there, and then I got, should be four of these, but two of them are missing. Oh, my little metric set is. Let's see here, pliers. Of course, they're hard to get to her. These work. So, I hope everybody's gonna have a good 4th of July. Have a few drinks for me. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to throw these ones out, okay? Once I take pliers to it, even though it don't look right, it looks fine, you'd always damage them a little bit. It's just not worth it. They're a dime a dozen. Matter of fact, I think I have a whole drawer of them still. I used to have like 10 grand worth of computer shit. Oops, sorry for my language. I didn't mean to say that, but basically, screwdriver's a little screwed up, so this thing's like 5-6 years old. Bunch of the bits broke off. Like I said, it's just one of those things I gotta replace it. I gotta find one I like. Cause you can't buy this exact model anymore. And I don't like the new one. So I won't spend $5 on it if I don't like it. This is what killed it, guys. It's just weight foam pad. What that does is it actually fills all imperfections in these little blocks, so it can transfer the heat better from the small stuff to the big heat sink. Like each one of these have pad on them. Processor, you can see where it's been burnt. I mean, there's nothing left. That's what happened. Overheated due to the fact that all the heat paste melted off due to high temperatures. And it wasn't cheap stuff. But, you know, like I said, this video card got pounded. And I didn't know about copper shims at the time, and you know, I was always told you couldn't buy new pads, when I found out later on in life that, you know, you could. But all these little chips here, this stuff, this paste right here is very high-end paste. This is the best shit you can buy. Acrylic 7. It will cool your chips down by up to 5 degrees. That's what all the overclockers use. Overclocking means that it's kind of like running your computer on nitrous. You run it faster than it was ever intended to run. So it creates a lot of heat, and you have to, you know, up your cooling a lot. There's gold in there, little bonding wires. They're actually little, very, very thin pieces of gold. And then all these little, right here, that's platinum. I can recover. These little silver oscillators, these have gold in them. And then these are just aluminum capacitors. They're just aluminum and plastic, pretty much, and some liquid. Yeah, like I say, you got these nice big gold fingers here, and then some more here. I'm going to show you guys how you recover all this stuff and what to do with it all in later upcoming, you know, series. But right now, this is what's in it. You know, when you take off the steel bracket, which is just one screw here, and that's about it. Let's see. This off. Fire tip screwdriver. Like so. And then pretty much, that's it for this card. I said right now, you guys are still learning. I know you guys aren't excited yet, but as you keep watching, you're gonna keep learning, and then you're gonna understand more and more about what's in different things and different values, and what you do with the stuff. Now you can either sell this as it is to companies online, which eventually will get to that stage, or do as I do, e-waste recovery and precious metal refinery. So I'm not going to sell them, I'm going to keep them for doing refining and stuff. Got a really nice heat, it's the copper base that hits the processor. And then, like I said, you got your tubes that come up off of that. Heat up, cool down, fluid goes back in. Got a little fan here. Normally it has a cover over it, but I took the cover off because I had bigger fans on it. I just left that one hooked up. And then take this fan off if we ever got to replace them. Right there. Right there. And there's a third one. Right there. Take those off like so. And the fan just comes right off. Easy to replace. A lot of people won't get rid of cards when a lot of times there's no problem, or they kill a card because they don't know they should, one, blow them out with some dust off, and when you do it, you should have a vacuum running with like the hose in front of your computer sucking dust up. You got a nice big heat pipe you can either sell or refine. I don't see any damage to it because usually you'll see a green coating, which I don't see any of. Which I'll clean it up and double check. If I have a use for it, I'll keep it, and if not, it'll go in the scrap pile. But for now, I'm going to hang on to it because it's a good heat sink and you can use them for other projects. So we'll see what we wind up doing with it. Alright guys, you have a good night, and I'll see what's up for tomorrow. I'll try to get a few things together. I got other little scrap stuff to talk about, and this Panasonic phone. Yeah, somebody wasn't happy with a phone call, I guess. They tossed out the window. Office. Oops. I guess they weren't happy with the boss. Alright guys, have a good night, and I'll bring you another video tomorrow. Alright, take it easy.